Morning guys, welcome to the next episode. We're on a new field today. It's the same permission as normal, but we're on a different field. So the church that we saw in several episodes ago is way over there, about a mile and a half that way. So I don't know what to expect really. I don't know if there would have been loads of activity on this area or not, but I guess we'll find out. So we'll see on the first target. Alright, first target of the day, little 4-hole button. It's funny, the farmer's just turned up in a digger thing. Hopefully we're okay being on here today. I know he's planting soon. Hopefully we don't get in his way. We can always move if we need to. That's a cool little button. Right, on to the next. Not having a lot of luck so far, and it is continuing. Bloody shotgun end. Just discovered that the tractor that I thought was a tractor is actually cutting the hedgerow, so I think we're okay. It's a nice area. Just not finding many targets. Well, actually no, I say that. We are finding targets, they're just not very good targets, so we'll carry on. Right, I've got something here. I don't know what though. Some little markings on it. Like a bullhorn protector or something like that maybe. I don't know, probably too big for that I'd have thought. It's interesting. Any ideas? Drop them in the comments down below. Right, on to the next one. Right, I thought we'd pick this one out together, just in that little... Let's see if I can point with my... Just there. Just in there. Possibly a coin, not sure. It's ringing up around the right numbers, so let's have a look. Could be a button. Looks like a coin. It's slightly bent out of shape. Let's give it a quick clean. Okay, we've given it a bit of a clean. I'm thinking that's a George III. It's very, very crusty. Try and clean that better when we get home. You can just see the rim around the edge, and there's a few little bubbles just along the edge there. So I reckon that's a George III. Cool, first coin of the day. We're actually going to head on to a new field. A little gap in the trees just there. And we've got the field beyond it, and we will come back to this field this afternoon, but I do want to check out that other field that's next to it anyway, so see you in a bit. Alright, we just had a lovely signal. I think we've got like a pin badge. Let's have a little look. There's a pin on the back of that. Let's get you in the sun. Haven't seen the front yet. Let's have a little look. Hello. Don't know what that is. Let's try and give that a quick gentle clean. I don't want to damage it. Right, there we go. It says the Hunts Post Bunny Fellowship, and I've just done a quick Google search of this, and there's a really interesting little story to it. So we'll just set this down here, and I'll just read you the story. So it says, pennies went a long way when they were collected by young readers of the Hunts Post. Now the Hunts Post is our local newspaper. A small enamel brooch with a rabbit on it, found in a field, has unearthed the story of the Hunts Post Bunny Fellowship. So it looks like somebody else found one. The Fellowship was a children's club run by the newspaper in the 1960s to raise money for equipment for the children's ward at the county hospital. Youngsters were asked to collect bun pennies. These coins were Victorian pennies, so called because the Queen Victoria was wearing a bun. The pennies were all given to the hospital, and enough were collected to help build a new wing at the hospital. When they collected enough pennies, the newspaper awarded children a certificate and an enamel brooch with a white rabbit in the centre. The brooch was inscribed with the Hunts Post Bunny Fellowship around the edge, and once a year the hospital puts on a party for the fellowship members. It goes on, talk a little bit more about the newspaper. Yeah, somebody found one of these brooches not too far away from us actually. He's actually the secretary, the guy who found it, of one of our local metal detecting clubs, so I'm going to message him and show him. That's really cool. Right, on to the next one. Right, we are getting closer to that field, guys. Just had a little bullet. It's hit something. God, imagine who fired that and what it hit. Might have even killed someone, you never know. Doubt it around here, but you never know. Right, on to the next one. Right, just entering the new field, seeing it for the first time. Ooh. Well, that's a good size, isn't it? Look at that, stunning. Right, let's spend a few hours here and then we'll head back onto this field a bit later. Alright, let's go. So in the middle of this field we have like a bunch of trees and bushes and like a pond area. I always like to check around the outside because I think this is like where people used to come and make offerings all them years ago. So you never know if there's going to be coins and stuff around here. Although we did find a bullet around here, so I guess people have got other ideas. Maybe there's a body in there or something. Right, that's pretty cool still. Right, on to the next one. Right, I've just had this little piece of lead up. Haven't cleaned it yet, but it looks like a little bag seal. Or some kind of, sort of clasp or something. Let's try and give it a really gentle clean. Right, there we go. Yeah, pretty sure it's some kind of seal. There's a little cross just on the front there. And then there's some other detail on the back, but I can't really make that out. But that's still pretty cool. Right, let's move on. You just love it when you find a small coin-shaped object and then you flip it over and it's got a shank on it. Oh well, that's a really cute little button though. And it's got a complete shank on it. A little bit of colour on it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Right, on to the next. I think we've got another button. It's kind of concave shaped. Yeah. Yeah, broken shank. Oh well, on to the next. I think it's just a button kind of day. Pretty good sign though, at least people were around these areas. We did find a massive lump of lead earlier too, so all good signs, so let's carry on. And another button, no shank. On to the next. Right, yet another button, but this one feels quite old, very thin, and it's got a complete shank. So that's really nice, I like that. On to the next. And another button. Broken shank. Must have been, it was all along the side of this field, sort of walking along this way, and then I've just turned around. We probably found about 6 or 7 buttons, I guess. So we'll keep going, see if we can find anything else. I'm guessing it's probably a button, but let's check it out anyway. You know what, it's not a button, I don't think. Let's give it a quick clean. Ugh, completely blank, unfortunately. I mean, I'm guessing by the VDI and shape of it, it could be like a George II, maybe. That's annoying. It's completely toasted. Oh, well, we'll try and clean it when we get home, but I don't think we're going to get anything off this. So, on to the next one. Okay, so next one, we've got this piece of lead. The reason I'm filming it, I mean, I think it's purpose shaped. It's quite elliptical. Could be a weight, maybe, or I don't think it's a bag seal because it's too thick, really. Yeah, I think it's probably a weight. Yeah, I don't know really. It just seems too sort of well shaped to be trash, so we'll hang on to it. On to the next one. That's another bullet. I think after Lamborn I'm kind of done with bullets, but it's nice to be finding different types and different calibers. Right, I was going to head back to the other field now. It's nearly 1:30, but we're getting a lot of targets on this field, so I'm thinking we might go back down and then come back up again and then head to the other field. So that'll probably take about an hour or so. So on to the next. And another bullet. Somebody really liked shooting around here, didn't they? Oh, gone back in the hole. There we go. Well, at least it's not another bullet. Dug about another 3 since the last one. So, button with a shank. Very nice. So I'm moving across the field slightly and then we'll go up and down. So on to the next. Right, it's another button kind of day, I think. Really nice little button, got a shank on it. I think it's quite an old one. The shape of that shank. Right, on to the next. We've got a sunbather. Looks like a thimble. It is a thimble. A complete thimble. On the surface. Oop, I just dropped the thimble. That's pretty cool. On the surface. Completely undamaged. Right, on to the next. Right, another button with a shank. Good condition. What were these people doing 150 years ago, or whenever it was? Just shucking their clothes away with good buttons on. Right, on to the next one. Right, I think I'm going to nickname this field Button Field. Although this time, it's either a coin or a really big button. So let's have a look. Look at the size of that. Okay, it's a coin, it looks like. An old penny. You know what? It's not I feel a shank in the middle. It's a massive button. I thought this was an old penny. Dang. That is huge. Oh well. Oops. On to the next, I guess. Right guys, so I was just pinpointing the next target and I found it. It literally popped out of a clod. I haven't even looked at it yet. It's just there. It's quite big. I can see edges. It looks like an old 50p. So let's have a look. This is 50 on. Ah, you know what this is? It's one of those with all the hands around the outside. There you go. Don't know if you can see that. Just give it a quick clean. Right, there we go. That side's not so good, but the other side, you can just make out the hands there. I remember these when I was growing up. All around the outside, you had all male hands, apart from the one on the right, which was female. I don't really know what that's supposed to represent. If you know, drop down, comment below. It's 1973, 50 pence. Cool, on to the next. Right, so we just walked back from there. The car is just around this corner. We do have an edge. I'm pretty certain it's a button, given that we've nicknamed this and the other field Button Fields. Yeah, it is. Oh, not even a shank. It's broken, so oh well. Right guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Yeah, really enjoyed today. Good variety of finds. Lots of buttons. You know how I love finding buttons. Yeah, a couple of coins. That little bunny pin thing, badge. That's pretty cool. I did a bit more research on that one. Yeah, so can't really complain. I mean, I think sometimes we take the other field a bit for granted, just how good it is. You know, normally we find a hammered coin or a Roman coin whenever we go there. You know, sometimes on the surface it's just absolutely bonkers, but you know, I think sometimes it does me good to come onto a different field, you know, where you're not going to find a Roman coin every week. So you know, that's what real detecting is, isn't it? It's all buttons and other bits and pieces and the occasional hammered coin. So yeah, really enjoyed today. The weather's been absolutely fantastic. It's still baking hot. I can't believe it's, you know, middle of October and it's this warm. It's crazy. Had my coat on earlier, I had to take it off. So right, next week we're going to be back on the regular field. I've just been told by the farmer actually that he's planted crops for the winter, so I'm guessing it's like wheat or barley or something. So unfortunately in a few weeks time I don't think we're going to be able to come back out again. So I think he skipped it last year, which is why we had the whole winter on the field. So we'll probably have to head back to that park in a few weeks time, but I'll let you know in a couple of weeks. So yeah, we'll see you next week. See you on the next one. Bye for now.